So two players, and again, we're used to seeing MaxPax versus Clem, but remember, we had a massive upset earlier where ByuN did take down Clem earlier in the semifinals, and now instead we have some Korean on European action in the finals. Let's go. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Here we go. We have our top two. We have our finalists here. We have our PvT. And we'll see how ByuN will adjust. Now, if you remember, we spoke about ByuN's tendencies in TVP earlier against Clem. If you remember, what did we say there? ByuN is typically a very defensive player. He's typically very defensive, specifically in TVP. He's the kind of player that's very fond of going into your natural, into a third base, into the mid game, and then building up into a maxed out army and getting to a fourth base as well. Like, ByuN is very fond of that. But against certain players, ByuN does kind of flip the script a little bit. Against players like Clem, against players like MaxPax, and against players like Hero. Those are the three that come to mind. Hero, Clem, and MaxPax. Against these Protoss players, ByuN, he is hyper aggressive instead. He does not play standard. He does not play for the macro game. He does not play for the mid game. He is often very two base heavy. We saw that against Clem and it worked. It did work against Clem. We'll see what he can achieve here against MaxPax. So far, eBay block. Nicely done. He will force the unnatural. He does force out the unnatural as MaxPax. He cannot even expand here at the third location. Forced to expand at the fourth location instead. Oh my god. Very well positioned here for MaxPax, expanding out in the open on the low ground. And he will be vulnerable to early Cyclone aggression, to early Factory, and there it is. Factory's on the way. So ByuN is not aware yet. ByuN, his SCV will scout. He will confirm how exposed MaxPax is. There we go, is aware. And now it's on ByuN to punish. Now suddenly, you can see MaxPax, he's stuck here in his main base and out in the open here for his natural expansion, so ByuN can abuse this area. He can abuse the area in between the bases, or even just apply pressure to the third base or to the quote-unquote second expansion itself, or even the main base. It's going to be up to MaxPax to spread himself thin and to keep up with the rotations of ByuN. There's the add-on swap going into Reactor to Hellion. So, Reactor into add-on swap into Hellion production. Now remember, how many Hellions does it take to one-shot a probe? 3. 3 Hellions, or 3 shots to kill a probe. So we should be making 4 Hellions in total, moving out, and the goal here is to rush into a mineral line, to rush into one of these bases, and to do as much economic damage as possible. Meanwhile, Twilight Counts are open out of MaxPax. Nice SimCity getting his gateway up and running as well. Hellions are revealed. Ooh, nice snipe, nice delay. Oh, but the Adept does fall. Again, Hellions are amassing. MaxPax, you can see, is trying to set up here. Does have a safety shield battery at his natural. The unnatural. And ByuN is up to 4. He's up to 4 Hellions. And where are we headed? Are we going to go for the second base, the first base, in between the bases? Where are we headed first? Where does he find an opening? Behind this, that is a second racks before the starport. So again, heavy aggressive follow-up. Looks like he wants to go into early stim. Hellions, they rotate towards the second base. And does go for the mineral line. Gets 1. Gets 1 probe so far. Gets up to 3. Gets up to 5. Oh, 4. Okay, 5 probe kills. He pulls away. We'll lose 1 Hellion. And so far, not bad. 5 probes to 1 Hellion. This is a better trade for ByuN. It isn't game ending, but still a better trade for the Terran. So far, so good. As ByuN does rotate around, at the same time, MaxPax going for the counterattack. ByuN has a defensive cyclone. Uh-oh. ByuN, he's ready. He's ready back at home. Hellions, they dive into the main. Lock on the Stalker. MaxPax tries to pull away, but he should lose the Stalker here. Oh, lock on is broken. But the Hellions, they bust in. I think another volley. Yeah, another massive volley goes off. Down to 2 Hellions. Oh, still another 6 probe kills. That's 11 kills in total. Oh my god, almost another, but 11 probe kills for 4 Hellions. Very worth it for ByuN. And he defends back at home. He defends back at home. And remember, he's going for a 2-base all-in. He's going for the early stim timing. Third ranks is on the way. Again, a hyper aggression out of ByuN. Tank is sieged. Free shot goes off. Gets a Stalker. MaxPax is getting bullied here. Hey, calm down, ByuN. Calm down. Yeah, once again, he's set up here. Wants to catch another Stalker. Remember, stim is halfway done, and that's the timing we're looking for. ByuN may even pull the boys with this. May even pull the boys. Another tank shot goes off. Hull damage on the Stalkers. MaxPax going into 3-gate blink. Does make his way into the main. ByuN is out of position. His army's on the low ground. Blinks in. Can he get Sim? Going for the SCVs. Okay, going for the mineral line. Boys are being pulled. A nice damage here by MaxPax. Getting 5 SCVs. Not bad. Getting up to 8. Oh my god. And now there's not much less to pull, by the way. There's the recall. 13 SCVs. Nice damage. Remember, ByuN was going for a 2-base all-in anyway. And it's time to send it. Time to send it. Stim is on in 5 seconds. Now, what's important here, what's crucial is that MaxPax, he moves out. You can see that MaxPax, even though he recalled, he has to be as active as possible, and ideally he snipes the tank. We'll see what he can get. And here we go, the boys are being pulled. Gonna repair the tank. MaxPax, he does spot the move out. I mean, he has the observer. Dives in, catches reinforcements, and this all-in from ByuN is failing. Does get 2 Stalkers though. 3. Okay, Stalkers are getting punished. They're getting picked off. It's very tense. This is a very tense moment here. Back at home, we do have the Prism in the main base of ByuN. Again, ByuN, he has to get across the map, but he's bleeding out a lot of units. Losing 3, 4 Marines. Observer gets spotted. ByuN setting up his tanks. Losing a Marauder. Oh, god. And again, ByuN this entire time has been trying to push across the map, but he cannot get here. It feels too late. It feels too late. Now there's an Immortal. Now there's 2 shield batteries. ByuN had a very nice start to the game, but the Stalker harassment in the main base was brutal. Now here comes this around. Here comes this around. Tanks to siege. There's only 2 tanks left. Nice time for the Immortal. Okay, gets 1 Immortal, but again, there's barely any Marines remaining. ByuN, can he still pull this off? The robot will fall. More reinforcements on the way. True. Takes down the pylon. Stalkers are ready to catch him. Getting on top of the tank. Charge is complete. And MaxPax will clean this up. Yeah, he takes down every single tank here. MaxPax, he shuts down the all-in. GG gets called. Whew. And MaxPax takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Meanwhile, big shout out to Luis GGG in the chat. God, Papi God. Thanks so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time. And welcome one and all to the grand finals of the WardiTV Monday number 65. We're here in the finals, best of 5, and MaxPax takes the first game. Again, a very intense game here for MaxPax. ByuN had a very strong start, killing probes, catching Stalkers, and setting up for the 2-base all-in. But it was crucial that MaxPax got into the main base. He was able to bypass the army, slipped past, was able to get into the main base, kill 13 SCVs. 13 SCVs, and slow down the push, bring it all the way back, and then slow it down even further as well. So really, really crucial there that MaxPax was able to get into the main base, buy time, deal critical damage, slow down the production, and slow down the all-in. I mean, you saw how well ByuN was even achieving damage across the map when his all-in did get across the map. He was still killing Immortals and killing Robos. Imagine if that hit 30 seconds, if not a minute earlier. Would have been completely different. But GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going to be getting into game number 2. Going to be loading into 10,000 feet for the first time tonight. True. For the first time. Here we go. So chat, Stim plus 3 tanks is going to win this game. I mean, it would have if it got across the map, which is why it was crucial there that we saw the backstab, right? That we saw the counterattack to slow down ByuN, to buy as much time as possible. And here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of 10,000 feet. We have the Danish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sandstorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the teal Terran player. We have the teal Terran, the South Korean Terran. For Shopify, it is ByuN. Here we go. Hello, ByuN. As last game, he did go for the eBay block, and once again, it does skirt around the edge of the map and looking to... Oh, skirt around the edge, and is not set up for the eBay block this time, but does avoid any kind of probe scout. Show us what you got. Show us a proxy. We have a Rax back at home, and we are primed for not quite a Rax across the map. Okay, he does sit by. Probe is in position. He does get the SCV, and this time this eBay block will not be as successful. So remember, last time we saw that ByuN was able to get up to like 70% done on the eBay before being scouted. This time, scouts it early, pulls the boys, and the eBay block is denied. So a much cleaner start here by MaxPax. Otherwise, he would have been forced to expand once again at a more exposed location, and we could have seen ByuN abuse him even further. Remember, we are loading into 10,000 feet, not Winter Madness. This map is much smaller. Smaller rush distance by ground, aggression is more favored here, and all-ins hit even faster on this map. So being forced to expand at the third location would have been even more brutal on 10,000 feet. We've seen many a Protoss die trying to defend that third location as a natural. I mean, we've even seen MaxPax fail to do so as well. So here, quick to scout, quick to react. Much cleaner start at a MaxPax. Meanwhile, back at home, ByuN is going for the factory before CC. We're going for the... I mean, we could even proxy starport. No shot. Factory's finishing up. Eyes are on ByuN. CC. What's it gonna be? Starport or command center? Huh. 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 There it is, starport. Oh, okay, bold move. Hyper aggression out of ByuN once again, so he will opt to delay his CC. He delays his command center in favor of the proxy starport. He's going for the Hellion drop. So reactor to Hellion drop here. Again, hyper aggression out of ByuN. A lot is riding on this. He needs to get damage done here. And we'll see if MaxPax scouts. See chat, non-replay WardiTV Monday. Oh yeah, bamboozled myself. Yes, if you remember, ever since October, we only cast the WardiTV Monday via replays, just because it starts very late. Starts very, very late. So since October, we have been doing it via replays instead of live casting. Eventually that'll change once again, I'm sure. Eventually. Otherwise, here comes the medevac, here come the Hellions. So again, it takes 3 Hellions to one-shot a probe, and we're up to 4, soon to be up to 6 Hellions. Oh! Diving, just walking right in, oh my god! Does dive in, losing 1 Hellion already, 1 volley goes off. Down to 3 Hellions. Barely gets a volley off. Killing 3 probes, but yeah, not enough. Not enough damage here, losing every single Hellion. Again, a very chaotic dive here from ByuN, very ambitious. It was not worth it. He will lose every single Hellion. And even had to cancel the medevac as a result. Yeah, cancels the medevac. Hellions, they try to dive into the natural. Once again, MaxPax is fully well up. GG gets called. The aggression has failed, and MaxPax takes the 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, hyper aggression out of ByuN, going for the 1-1-1 proxy starport, and he kind of took the bait. He decided not to wait for the medevac. He dove in with the Hellions. He tried to rush into the natural, but he bled out too much. He bled out too many Hellions in the process. He lost 2 Hellions in the process as a result, and he did not enough damage. 3 probes, 3 probe kills, nowhere near enough damage. Was not worth it. GG gets called. And now MaxPax is one game away from claiming the series. Meanwhile, a big shout out to Skylar in the chat. God, baby God. Jesus, it's very late, isn't it? I feel like it's quite late in the Americas, so get some rest, baby. Get some rest. But thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time. Take care, baby. Take care. As we are getting into game number 3. Oh boy, and so far MaxPax, he's leading the series 2-0. One more game is all that MaxPax needs to claim the series. Oh, you woke up early. Oh my god, we're not a degen? Let's go. Non-degen in the chat? Aye, baby. Okay, take care, baby, take care. Happy holidays as well, true. Happy holidays, take care. And here we go, and here we go. We're getting into game 3. We're going to be loading into the Old Republic. Here we go. Wish I wouldn't give up getting up so fast. If an advantage combined with your opponent is a real thing. If you're referring to ByuN tapping out there, I should emphasize that ByuN was very far behind because it wasn't just an aggressive opener. If you remember, he went for a 1-1-1 before CC, before the command center. So ByuN was borderline, I wouldn't say all in, but he was very committed at least, where he had to do at least equalizing damage to make it worth it, because otherwise he would just play from behind. And especially on a map like 10,000 feet where a counterattack hits even harder, there's even more pressure on you to find damage done early like that if you're committing that much as you're expanding, right? So for ByuN to do so little and to be that committed with a proxy and with all the Hellions, and remember, he was reinforcing not with Cyclones but with even more Hellions. Again, it was basically an all-in there from ByuN. So for him to do as little damage as he did, I mean, there's no recovering from that. Like, at this level of play, like, he has that much respect for MaxPax, and whether it would have been MaxPax or Clem or Hero or Classic, like, yeah, it's brutal. Meanwhile, Proxy T-Rex, let's go. We have 2 proxies here from ByuN committing to the Proxy T-Rex. There is 1 Gas Geyser back at home. I believe this should be for Proxy Marauder. I believe from here you can go into the Tech Lab, into Marauder production, but ByuN is going to double down as we load into the Old Republic. Let's go. Here we go. Sometimes better for just mental. I mean, not even just that, but like, it isn't even just better for your mental, but like, for example, if you lose a game, are you really going to just sit there and make your opponent kill all your buildings? Like, it's like, it's almost like that. Not quite, of course, just because in that kind of game state, technically ByuN has units to work with, but like at this level of play, like, again, like, you're respecting your opponent enough to know that if you fall far behind enough, like, your opponent should win, right? Like, it's ooh, as we scout everything. As MaxPax, he pokes in, he finds the racks. He finds the Proxy 2 racks here out of ByuN. Marauders have been spotted, and MaxPax now can prepare back at home with a shield battery. Here we go, shield battery in the main base. We should from here we can even go for a faster robo for earlier immortal production, earlier gateways, of course, earlier war pins. As MaxPax is ready in the main. Just gives up on the natural. Oh, going for a Stargate. I mean, hey, this is a secure way to defend as well. The Marauders, of course, they don't shoot up. Not just that, but this is a really good way to counterattack as well. Back at home, we need the Cyclone. We need that Cyclone as quickly as possible, otherwise the Oracle can wreak havoc. Assuming that MaxPax does open up Oracle first. Oh, also my apologies. There we go. This happens every time that we have like an early proxies. I forget to set up the scores. I was just so engrossed. Very good. Edit the shade past. ByuN is racing back home. ByuN is racing back. There's the Tech Lab. Void Ray first. Okay, so Void Ray will clean up the low ground, then MaxPax can expand, and the game will continue from here. So getting into this kind of game state, I mean, I will say that ByuN's in a decent position. Because it was a Stargate opener and a Stargate follow-up, it does mean that there's no Blink Stalker aggression either. So ByuN has a little bit more time to be free back at home and to get into his 2-base economy. He's rushing into the Cyclone. Again, in case it's Oracle first, he needs that defense. And the game will continue. Building up to 2 gates. That's controlled by MaxPax. Oh, he may lose the Stalker. Up! Ooh, gets one. Nice pick ahead of ByuN. Gets one of the Stalkers. And again, back at home, ByuN, he has a much faster expansion. Like, so far, this has been, I would say, a pretty good start for the Terran. Doesn't kill, but hey, he's able to get a faster base, building up his anti-air. ByuN is even getting his Viking. Early tank. Oh, that was not a cancel, by the way. That was a kill here on the eBay even. Jesus. So a bit of a misstep there by ByuN. Bit of a misstep. But again, he's getting his natural up and running. Would you see a MaxPax to recover? Double expanding. Okay. Does go straight for the third. Now, what I will say is that we have been seeing hyper aggression out of ByuN this entire series because of the greed from MaxPax and because of how late his tech is, like later Forge, later Twilight Council, I mean later everything. ByuN could turn this into a 2-base all-in. We'll keep an eye on him. Stim is almost done, so early Stim. And we'll see if ByuN does commit to the move out. As there should be a window here where he can punish MaxPax. As MaxPax is going to look to contain. Ideally, MaxPax, he needs to find some damage here as well, bearing in mind that he's still recovering back at home, still probing. And does find some Marines. Not bad. Gets 1, 2, up to 3. Yeah, 3 Marine kills. Doesn't lose any Stalkers. So nice clean up there by MaxPax. ByuN, he's waiting for his Medivacs. He's moving out. ByuN does hug the edge of the map. Hugs the edge. Oh, coming in from behind, trying to catch out the Stalkers. Okay. Bold move. So ideally, ByuN, he wants to bait at the bait at the blink. Going further into the center. So ByuN, he wants to engage, he wants to stim, he wants to bait out the blink, and then come in for the surround. Speaking of, oh, there it is. Yeah, there's a blink. Stims on forward. It gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. Very nice catch. 3 full Stalker kills, massive pickups, 5 Stalkers. Oh my god. Catching 5 Stalkers. And now we just commit. Now we just send everything across the map. It's all or nothing for ByuN. ByuN, he is expanding back at home, but again, he's very committed here, and he has potential to end the game. He can end it. Back at home where we have to defend. A charge is done, but no Immortals. Yeah, the first Immortal is still on the way. Does have some force fields at least, but this is going to be a tough hold for MaxPax. It's going to be a very tough hold. Nice pick up, so it takes down both Widowmines. Both Widowmines getting on top of the tanks, but too much Marines. Yeah, too much bio here. ByuN, he stims and he wins. He breaks through the main army. Pushing to the third. Nice bait on the Widowmine. MaxPax trying to come in from behind. So far, he is buying time for extra warpins. Uh-oh. MaxPax, he might now have enough. He's going for it. It does go for the dive. The tank will fall. And MaxPax holds. No shot. He holds on. He saves his third base. The final tank goes down. That's still a big chunk of Marines. But again, ByuN, he lost the backbone of this army. He lost all the tanks. And MaxPax holds. He's holding on. Now, ByuN still did trade well, and even though ByuN isn't breaking the expansion, what is he doing? He's denying the fourth. You can see he rotated. He rotated, he's looking for the fourth base. There is no expansion, which means economically, ByuN is ahead. So ByuN has a stronger economy as he's on at 3 bases himself. Getting it up and running. And ByuN takes the lead. So ByuN, he is ahead. And he may even just settle for containing MaxPax. Oh, he might just stim in, yeah. He just trade. True. Might just going off. Massive connections. That's what, 5-6 zealots going down. The Colossus has arrived, but that may not be enough. As there's just so little, there's just so few gateway units here to defend. Takes down the Immortal, more zealots. ByuN can just stim one forward. Still out trading at the same time. Nice run by here by MaxPax, but there are reinforcements at home to defend. And ByuN holds. We'll lose a lot of SCVs though. True. It's 9 SCV kills. 9 SCVs go down. But alas, ByuN still with a greater economy, showing how far ahead he was. MaxPax, he just wants to expand that. Just wants to get a 4th base. So Widowmine gets in position. Oh, denies the 4th. Speaking of ByuN getting his own. And again, for the first time this series, like ByuN, he has a good amount of momentum here. This all came down to the opener. It all came down to ByuN being able to just assert himself in the mid game. After the initial successful proxy Marauder. True. ByuN zones away. And again, there's no pressure, to be honest. Like, there's no pressure on ByuN. ByuN, he doesn't have to push in and attack the bases, attack into the 3rd or attack into the 4th base. MaxPax is playing catch-up. This is the reality. He's playing catch-up. Now, how does MaxPax recover in this game? Now, there are a couple of ways to do so. We've been seeing MaxPax attempt to go for Zealot run-bys. They've been unsuccessful, but that would be a way, right? Zealot run-bys, Zealot counterattacks, War Prism harass across the map. MaxPax, he's been trying. Back at home, he's getting up to 4 Colossus. Likewise, you can see he's being as active as possible with these Stalkers, trying to catch out a Medevac, a Viking, whatever he can get. Oh, he scouts the 4th base. Whatever he can get. And ByuN is maxed. ByuN is maxed out, is pushing forward. MaxPax, he does have a comparable army size, but the quality just isn't quite there. So at 4 Colossus, very gateway heavy. MaxPax doesn't have the bank to work with either. ByuN pushing in. MaxPax out of position. The base will fall. And you can see just how difficult it is to defend the fourth here, as MaxPax just cannot expand. Yeah, back goes up. Getting one, getting two Colossus. Getting three, Jesus. Yeah, three Colossus going down. Down to one. One Colossus left. And ByuN can just stim forward. Yeah, he can stim and he can win. Breaks through the defensive line. Again, the writing has been on the wall for some time now. MaxPax has been playing his heart out, but again, he just cannot expand. GG gets called, and ByuN, he will fight back. He'll put a point on the board. GG. Whew. GG, well played. ByuN, he does a recovery, does bounce back after a very chaotic start going for the proxy marauder, but again, he was able to get a faster natural, a faster 2-base economy, faster 3-base economy as well. We saw that MaxPax was trying to recover by being greedy, by double expanding, but it also meant that his army was that much weaker, and everything kind of fell on its face when MaxPax got caught in the center of the map, when he lost 9 stalkers. It was brutal for MaxPax to be surrounded, to lose all of his stalkers, to lose the majority of his army, and that meant that defending against the push here was that much more difficult for MaxPax. He just couldn't hold on, couldn't defend. He took too many losses and was stuck on 3 bases. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're now getting into game number 4, and we'll see if ByuN can bring it all the way to the ace match. We'll see if MaxPax can take it here and now. Let's go. Let us go. Oh, as we are loading into Tourmaline, we're loading into the most aggressive map in the map pool. Let's go. Here we go. As spawning in the bottom hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the red Protoss player. We have the red Protoss. We have the Danish Protoss representing Storm Gaming, leading the series 2-1 and 1 game away from becoming the WardiTV Monday number 65 champion. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. We go, and welcome to Tourmaline. Tourmaline again is always the most aggressive map of the map pool. Short rush distance by ground, exposed natural, exposed third base, exposed fourth base. Hyper aggression is favorite here, and we have been seeing non-stop aggression out of ByuN. As we mentioned, this is very common when ByuN is up against players like MaxPax or Hero or Clem. ByuN just ramps up that aggression and he tries to outmaneuver and outpace his opponents, and we'll see if he can do so again here in game number 4. As so far, double gas. Double gas opener, faster factory, delayed CC out of ByuN. As MaxPax, he moves out himself. Does move out with his probe scouts. And we'll see what he's able to confirm. He pokes in, pulls away. Once again, he's trying to get eyes on any attempted CC on the low grounds. ByuN, he wants to catch him. Yeah, he wants to try to catch him out. Cheeky moves there. So if you notice what was happening there, is there's a reason why this probe doesn't go past this little area here at the ramp. If he were to, you saw that ByuN had his SCV hidden. His goal was to try to come in from behind and completely wall off, as you're seeing here, and lock the probe in to kill it. MaxPax doesn't want to lose the probe, so he pulls away. He pulls away. He does not confirm what's going on. He fails to scout the gas or the factory or the command center. So MaxPax is in the dark, as ByuN was trying to bait him in. Again, you do have that little back and forth here in the early game of TVP. And ByuN, interesting, is going for an early add-on here. He does go Reaper first. He does go straight for the reactor, straight for the tech lab as well. Opening up Cyclone. Reaper dips in, gets one probe. Ooh, but doesn't get away. Nice pick up here by MaxPax. MaxPax opening up Twilight Council, checking ByuN's vision. ByuN, he failed to scout the tech. Adept gets across, and the CC is delayed. So nice delay here by MaxPax, but again, ByuN did open up Cyclone, not Hellion. that's still a big delay on the CC. Big delay. Oh, and for the first time in a long time, we actually have a proper 1-1-1. Okay. Getting to our 1-1-1 follow-up. Early tank production. This can be tank into early Viking. If we go for the early Viking, then ByuN, he can just send everything across the map to try to break MaxPax early on. But I believe he's rallying. Yeah, he's going for it. So he's going for it. Again, hyper aggression. We have seen this build rise in popularity from the side of ByuN, Maru, Clem. All the top Terran players have been quite fond of it. ByuN is rallying. Starport is now done. Here comes the second tank, and again, I'm expecting to see a Viking here. We'll see if he goes to the medevac. Welcome on the Stalker. MaxPax trying to hold his own. Oh, never mind. No Viking or medevac. He's going for the tech lab. Okay. Never mind. Setting up for Banshees. See, ByuN is hoping to catch a Stalker. Tank is set up. Second tank is being actually kept at home. Oh. Okay, we're just using the starport for add-ons. Never mind. So he's not committing. He's not committing. He's pulling back. Now, this is still a really, really heavy tank count early on. We're getting up to 3 tanks early on. Due to the add-on swap, getting into sim. Have my attention. MaxPax, meanwhile, he went 3 gates? Yeah, 3 gate blink. So it did open up 3 gate blink Stalker. So my apologies, sorry, 4 gate blink. Okay, never mind. Went up to 4 gateways, moves out, getting a couple of SCVs. Nothing major. You can see that MaxPax is expanding, even though he went up to a high gateway count. It looks like MaxPax was expecting hyper aggression. You can see the shield battery, robo, extra gateway. So ByuN did fake MaxPax out. I mean, he faked me out as well. We both assumed that ByuN was going to commit, and he didn't. That means that was a bit of a waste from MaxPax. Ooh, a bit of miscontrol. Oh, losing 2 Stalkers, rallies into the army. Yeah, miscontrol by MaxPax. I don't think that rally was intended. Ooh, and now it's go time. Now it's go time. The observer does confirm. MaxPax is out of position. So gonna try to slow this down. But remember, the rush distance by ground is very short in this map. Ooh, does get a tank. Free tank goes down. Nice pickup. Tanks are trying to get within range of the robo. And they are. They're within range, but the Immortal should pop out. Outside the pylon. Here comes the Immortal. Nice pickup. Mass around. Oh no, the tanks, they get caught on siege, and ByuN loses everything. GG gets called. The all-in fails, and MaxPax, he will take the series 3-1. He will be the WardiTV Monday number 65 champion. GG. GG, well played. Again, it was a cheeky move by ByuN going for a later timing. I did like it. I did like that he kind of went for a fake out initially and then did go for a later push instead. But he got scouted. He got scouted. He got spotted. Remember, MaxPax, when it came to the Stalkers coming in from behind, he got a free tank. He got a free tank early on. So he was able to snipe the tank, able to pick off the Marines, able to slow down the push, slow down the all-in. And because of MaxPax's early reaction, he actually already had a shield battery and he already had Immortal production on the way as well. So he just had to buy time for the Immortal, got the full surrounds, and GG. GG, well played. With that, MaxPax, he completely swallowed up the army. Unfortunately, ByuN, he hit pre-stim. If you remember, stim, I think, was still on the way. +1 was still on the way. We had a bunch of upgrades on the horizon. Wasn't quite able to make use of them, and in the end, congratulations here to MaxPax. But a shout out to ByuN, because ByuN, to make it to the finals here is unexpected. Like ByuN, he's usually one that does dabble in the quarterfinals or semifinals. He was able to achieve a big upset earlier by bringing down Clem. Remember, Clem, he went down to ByuN in the semifinals. Clem, who has some of the best PvT in the world, did fall to ByuN. So very impressive play here by ByuN to actually make it to the finals. And again, we saw a very aggressive side from ByuN. Hyper aggression, non-stop, like 1 base all-ins, 2 base all-ins, proxies. Like ByuN, he was barely giving MaxPax any room to breathe. at least was trying to, at least, but MaxPax was keeping up. He was keeping up more often than not and was able to shut ByuN down. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to MaxPax. Shout out to ByuN as well. And with that, we are going to be wrapping up today's broadcast. As a reminder, this was a replay cast. Once again, we used to cast this event on a weekly basis live, but daylight savings did hit Europe, and now it starts very late. It starts at this hour. It is 11 p.m. here in Australia, and it usually lasts around 4 hours, if not 5 hours. So it ends around like 4 a.m. in the morning, which is not ideal here. It's not ideal here in Australia to cast until 4 a.m. in the morning. So that is why we no longer cast it live. But once daylight savings hits once again, it should go to a much more acceptable time here in Australia, acceptable start time. Then we'll be starting to cast again live. But for now, we are covering this event via replays instead, just as a heads up, just to be transparent, of course. Meanwhile, when it comes to the rest of our schedule, bam, you can see here we have the holidays on the horizon. Happy holidays, everyone. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Again, we have Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day all coming up this week on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And as you can see, we do have some casts regardless. Despite that, we will be having Tuesday and Wednesday off. That is going to be the 23rd and 24th of December. So we'll have Christmas Eve off. Christmas Day, we should be live casting Pegasus Cup. So we do have Pegasus Cup this week on Thursday. And we also do have another broadcast on the 26th on Boxing Day. It's not on the calendar because it's a new event, but we are going to be hosting a show match. We have a Boxing Day show match in StarCraft Evolution. Just as a heads up, this is us, I guess, announcing it here. But I was notified that some players were looking to have a show match, a best of 7. So there's going to be a fun show match over on Friday in StarCraft Evolution. More news to come regarding that show match. Likewise, we have StarCraft Evolution on Saturday and Tuna Cup on Sunday. So we have 2 days off. We have Tuesday and Wednesday off this week, the 23rd and 24th. So again, hope you have a great rest of your week. Hope you have a great week. I hope you enjoy the holidays if you do celebrate it, of course. And take care. Take care, everyone. Take care. The StarCraft, of course, continues. There's plenty more StarCraft going on, and if we wanted to, we could cast even more than what we are casting this week, but it's the holidays. We wanted to take it easy. Take it easy, baby. Take it easy. Stick around. We'll be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid who is live at the moment. Usually sort of is live, but I think he's taking the day off here. I think sort of is taking the day off. We have been raiding Trigger quite a bit, so we might raid Trigger. Who else is live? I see Rotterdam is streaming. Strange is streaming. Bratok as well. SW Pro. True. Is Railgun live? I think Railgun's been streaming quite a bit recently as well. Otherwise, we'll give it a Trigger. We'll give it a Trigger. Good friend of the channel. Much love. The Osu streamer himself. But yeah, with that, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. If you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon, Patreon in the chat, and you'll get a link to our Patreon page. Again, our Patreon does fund our tournaments. It funds, oh, there we go. It does fund our tournaments. It does fund our Tuna Cup, our Sea Duckling Open, and Masters 1 Open as well. It is all funded via Patreon. You can help us grow the tournament and help us reach our next stretch goal. You can see just under the schedule, bottom right, you can see our current goal on Patreon is at 670 USD a month. To boost the prize pool even further for the Tuna Cup. We're almost there, almost at that stretch goal. So thank you so much to all of our supporters. Otherwise, you can follow us on the socials. We are live almost on a daily basis. As you can see, we're taking 2 days off this week, so almost live every single day, casting plenty of StarCraft on Twitter. Sorry, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Twitch as well, and we also do posts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, all things CranKy Ducklings. Follow us on the socials if you wish. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to be wrapping up here for the night, and we'll see you guys in a couple of days with Pegasus Cup on Thursday. That is going to be on Thursday. That is going to be on Boxing Day, right? Just double checking. Sorry, that's going to be on Christmas Day. That's okay. That's going to be on the 25th, Christmas Day. What better way to spend Christmas than to cast some StarCraft, baby? True. So we'll see you guys Christmas Day for some more StarCraft. Otherwise, take care of yourselves. Happy holidays. We'll see you guys next time. Ciao, baby. Ciao. See you next time. Hasta luego.